All right, how's everybody doing in Puckhead Nation group? As y'all know, I am a huge Leafs fan, and as y'all know, the Leafs are going through some issues, and I've been going through, and it's just been rough. I'm going to give you this my assessment of this season and what the Leafs can possibly do to to be a team that go back to the playoffs because there's no way they're going back to the playoffs. It's over. It's done. Leafs fans, it's over. We're not making the playoffs. Perfectly fine. I'd rather see them miss the playoffs. We can get a top 10 pick, get a young prospect, and try to rebuild. So this season, last season was a surprising season. I knew what what happened. Well, we all know what happened. Game 7. I'm not gonna say nothing, but y'all know what happened. 4-1. We was up 4-1. Never mind. All Boston had to do was just give up. You had a good season. Just all you had to do was just give up. But anyway, they surprised a lot of people. And when you look at it as a Leafs fan, I was kind of confident because I felt, hey, we took the Eastern Conference champions to Game 7. I think that this team can go and get better. So I had an optimistic viewpoint. Coming into this season, on the other hand, I knew they was going to struggle. I knew that they wasn't going to get the same breaks as last year. I knew Kadri was going to have a disappointing year because typically when you look at rookies have a great year, they disappoint in the second year. So I kind of knew that, and I kind of knew that this team was not going to be like a fifth seed type of team, maybe a 6, 7, 8 seed. Um, but I did not realize that this team was going to go this route. I think the first problem was James Reimer, John Bernier issue. In my personal opinion, I felt they should have made Reimer the number one goalie because he helped he led the Leafs to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Boston Bruins. And to me, when you play that great in the playoffs, you should at least have some clout as regards to being a starter. Um, So when they traded for Bernier, I was kind of a little bit surprised. I was saying, well, we have Reimer. Reimer's doing a pretty good job. We might need help get another centerman, get another D man, or what? Well, why do we need Bernier? And Bernier has proven to be the better goaltender, but I just don't like how they treated the situation. I would rather them traded Reimer and made Bernier the number one guy because the way they treated Reimer is almost like as if you look at it, they treated him like Vancouver treated Roberto Luongo. They treat like when Roberto Luongo when you kind of saw how the franchise was leaning more towards Snyder, and then when they traded Snyder, it was like, what are they doing? But back to the Leafs. I think that was their first problem, trading Bernier and not trading Reimer, because that was going to be controversial throughout. Everybody was going to talk about it, and in fact, that kind of led to one of the reasons why they demise. Second reason why I think they struggled was defense. Now the old adage goes, defense wins championships. I agree. You need to have great defense. And last year we had pretty good D man. This year, on the other hand, it was games where they would just flat out be terrible. I mean, I don't know I don't know the stats, but I think they gave up the most shots this season, and you really can't count on Bernier saving 49 goals back to back to back. You cannot do that. You have to put protection you have to put protection there. So when I look at the D man, they really disappointed, especially Dion Phaneuf as the captain. As the captain of the Leafs, you're supposed to be the best player on the team and supposed to be the guy as a captain. I really think that he kind of disappointed this year. Um, now, before y'all for new fans, y'all jumping on me and say, Calvin, you need to leave him alone. Leave him alone. I understand. He had a great year. He had an okay year, but To be paid $7 million a year, you're supposed to be one of the top in your league. And I don't even think he's the top in your league. Personally, I like PK Subban and Eric Carlson. So I so the D men really didn't play well. When they got Gleason, that helped. But overall, you can't give up. You can't give up 49 shots. I mean, come on. You can't put your goaltender. You can't rely on Bernier every night, as talented as he is, or Reimer. You cannot do that. You have to at least try. I mean, there was games this season where they gave up 20 shots in a period. I mean, 20 shots, not a whole game, not a game, but in a whole period. So I think that's was another demise. Phil Kessel, I love Phil Kessel. He's a great goal scorer, but my problem is he's too hot and cold. He'll have moments where he can be absolutely excellent, but he will also have moments where he will you won't even know where he's at. You think he's missing. And I think if he was more consistent, then I would like him even more. I still like him, but I think the problem he was too in and out. So I think that was another reason. Now, what do I think about what they should do? I think that they should fire Carlisle, get a new coach. I think they should try to get a coach that more about tactics and you can't trade for Nuke because he just signed that 7 year deal, and that's kind of like that's kind of like trying to trade away that girl in high school that was fine, but then you look at her 10 years later, she's bloated and look bad, look busted. Ain't nobody want her. So nobody wants for Nuke because the contract 7 years, $7 million. They don't want that, and especially the type of player he is, they like, oh no, that's your guy, that's yours. So we can't trade for Nuke. I hope he gets better. Um, so, so back to the coach. I think they should get a coach that can be more about tactics, more defensive minded in a way. So, and then the second thing, they should keep Kaji. They should not trade him. He's a young player. I knew that he had a great rookie season. He should have won a Calder trophy, but but I knew he was going to struggle this year. Rookie comes in, new second year, he has to adjust to the game now. He can't now the game has adjusted to him now what he's going to do. So I think they should keep him. Do not let him go for nothing. Do not trade him. Please don't trade him because he's a young player. You have some sort of you have a young nucleus of guys. Try to keep it around. Try to develop. See what happens. Um, I definitely think they should trade Reimer. I really feel they need to trade Reimer because that situation is toxic. Um, you see how the Toronto fans in Canada treated his wife when they played against Montreal and he gave up all those goals. I think it was Montreal. If I was if I was wrong, you can mistake me in the comment section. But he but but when they came after his wife, to me, that was a sign of. And I know it was the fans and it wasn't the organization's fault, but I just think it's just time to just trade him, see what you can get out of him, um, just let him go so he can go to a new spot, a new place, and try to get some young talent in, get a young defenseman. Let Bolin go. I don't even know like this guy Bolin. I don't know how well he plays. So that's it. Actually, a part of me is hoping that they don't make the playoffs. Listen, Leafs fans, don't jump on me yet. I think I would rather have them rebuild for next season than squeak in the playoffs now because if they play Boston, and as much as I hate Boston, as much as I don't like Boston, as much as I don't like Boston, I do not want the Leafs to play them because they're gonna get steamrolled. I don't see it going. I see it going 5 games. I give Leafs a 1 game, but I don't think I think Boston will steamroll them. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be all right, Leafs fans. We will rebuild. We will get better. Um, Time goes on, and everything will be all right. So that's it. That's all. Shout out to everybody in the Puckhead. the group, the No Balls group, and the Toronto Maple Leaf group. All right.